Sen Francis Heiliger, you're recognized for 3 minutes. How much time have remaining for Senator Gittins?
2 minutes, 52 seconds.
Thank you. Francis Heiliger?
Yes, sir.
You're recognized.
Thank you. I'm an objection to this in regards to the Committee of Jurisdiction. I am very concerned as to what is happening in this institution, because when it comes to this piece of legislation 224, it seems like this is some plot to create a division between the districts of St. Thomas, St. John. And everything, St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, everything that we have discussed here today behind the scenes and even here on the floor is of a major concern for me. And if anything is going over to the jurisdiction of finance, which our lovely gubernatorial candidate is the chairman of, and in dealing with so many of bills that go there that will never see the light of day, I am very concerned about it going to that jurisdiction, where I would prefer it go to the committee of the whole if we choose to do that. We don't. I reserve the balance of my time.
Thank you. How much time remains for Senator?
Out of courtesy and sharing with my colleagues, I would like to transfer the balance of my time to my colleague, Senator Fred Gregory. Thank you. I would like to put on the record that I personally have made no attacks to anyone in this institution. One of the rules on this floor is that we usually make reference to our colleagues by specific names and not by their names directly. So if sometimes we say Miss Millennial, or we say the good senator from this district, or we say the gubernatorial candidates, that is all I was referencing. And it had nothing to do with any attacks whatsoever, because within this institution, we've had several conversations. And from my perspective as a representative of the people of this territory, I am on the perception that this has turned into a district debate. That is how I feel. When I believe that we should be one Virgin Islands, I was not a member of this institution when the one agreement for the racetrack in St. Croix was done. This is one that we're discussing for the district of St. Thomas, St. John. We had a committee of the whole where we had a whole conversation where the representatives from St. Croix said, you know what? We don't have a mortar in this pestle because we already had our contract. But everything I keep hearing, it seems like there's a division. We need to start functioning like we's one. And that is how I function. I will go to war for St. Croix the same way I will go to war for St. Thomas, St. John. So please, do not make any aspersions that there's any type of discourse between anyone. I come here to fight for all of my people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, really. Senator Alma Francis Heiliger, you're recognized for your point of information.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I would like to thank my colleague across the aisle. I ain't going to say governor again, but we're going to find another word to use. What do you want me to use? I'll try something else. Okay, colleague. We'll use colleague across the aisle. What I want to say is that I would like to thank him for bringing up that point, because he was not the only person that was concerned about it. As a matter of fact, more than half of the individuals in this room brought that to the forefront. And because that was brought to the forefront, several amendments were created to create the intent of this institution to make sure that when it comes to the potential of extending casinos to the district of St. Thomas, St. John, that everyone understands what this institution wants, to make sure that this document that we have before us will never block any kind of extension to this jurisdiction. Now, whether it's an amendment to try to create a definition for video lotteries, whether we have to make amendments to create definitions or alter for slot machines, whatever we have to do as this institution, we have the right to do it. And if that is what we have to do to ensure that giving an exclusive contract or extending it to an institution that already has it, that is not a problem. We have several exclusive contracts here in this territory. This is not limited only to them, but I, as a representative, have to make sure that it protects all, because it's not just with video lottery. Education gets a chunk of this money. It's not limited to this. So I am not going to sit here and have a narrative put forward that it's only a situation. We all have that concern. And several amendments before us could easily correct these issues. And I am putting my intent as a legislator on this floor to go in our transcription forever. My intent is for nothing to ever block casinos from coming to this district if it is the will of this body. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Senator Francis Heiliger, you are recognized for your 5-minute debate time on the 2 items on this block. You may proceed, Senator.
Well, I would like to put on the record, I know that sometimes people have thought process or opinions as to why we as senators fight for certain things. And I would like the people of this territory to know that everything I stand up here and I go to bat for is because I truly believe in what I'm doing. It don't have nothing else, and that is it. Now, when it comes to the state of the emergency, I have watched this debate go on for quite some time. I am happy that it's actually before us for us to discuss today. We've listened to it in the committee of the whole. Some of the things that was being read out in regards to what potentially the reasons why we should continue to be in a committee of the, we should continue to be in a state of emergency, I was very concerned about. One of the things included stating that if we don't continue to be in a state of emergency, we're going to lose all these federal dollars. Now, a lot of these federal funds are already allotted to the territory. In addition, when it came to speaking to Director Joshing on the Senate floor, one of the specific questions I asked, for example, when it came to contracts for getting monies for some of the different agencies, for workers. We also asked the question even for the National Guard. He specifically shared with us those things are not going to be affected because they fall under a federal plan that pays out money whether we're in a state of an emergency or not. Now, I wanted to know what the benefits were because my biggest concern with the state of emergency has to do with the fact that laws are suspended during this time. A lot of protocols and rules and regulations that are set in place in order to govern are stripped away. And we've been in a state of emergency for a very long time. And if I felt it was warranted, I would continue to go along with it. But from after listening to testimony and listening to and doing my own research, I will make a vote accordingly when the time comes up. But I can honestly tell you at this moment, I am not fully convinced that we need to be in a state of emergency for an additional 30 days. As it relates to Bill 34-224, well, I think y'all heard most of my comments already. So I really am not going to belabor the issue. When the vote comes up, I will vote accordingly. Thank you very much.
Francis Heiliger, you're recognized for your amendment.
Thank you. I rise to offer amendment number 34-500 offered by amendment to Bill 34-0224 offered by Senator Donna Fred Gregory, Senator Alma Francis Heiliger. Bill number 34-0224 is amended in the following instances. 1, in section 1 by inserting, notwithstanding the provision of Title 29, Chapter 3, Section 238, subsection C, and the Virgin Islands Code at the beginning, Section 2. In Section 1B, 2, by striking and under the terms of the contract with video lottery contractor. 3, in Section 4 by inserting a new paragraph 3 to read as follows. 3, notwithstanding the provision of Title 32, Chapter 21 of the Virgin Islands Code, The legislature may authorize the expansion of casino gaming in the St. Thomas, St. John district, including Inslets and Keys. 4, by adding a new appropriately numbered section to read as follows. Section Title 32, Section 246 of the Virgin Islands Code is amended by inserting a new subsection J to read as follows. J, within 180 days of the enactment of this act, the Virgin Islands Lottery shall update and promulgate the new rules and regulations for the operation of video lottery terminals in the St. Thomas, St. John district. I so move.
Thank you, Senator Francis Heiliger.